Peace and love, fam. Peace and love. Peace and love. This is your brother, Mario L. Bey, Mario Al Moreno L. Bey. I got another great episode today. This video is entitled, Grandma Said You Were Indian, but did you understand what she was saying? Now, I'm going to go right into it. We're supposed to honor our foremothers and forefathers, all right? Of course, the way they lived and the way they did things, okay? So we really got to honor our forefathers and our foremothers, okay? Again, I remember back in the day, Grandma always told us that we were Indian. We were Native Americans, all right? Why did we ignore her? Why did we ignore her? Furthermore, did we really understand what she was saying? Even though Indian is a misnomer, but did we really understand what she was saying? Okay. Now, what I'll do is I'm going to go into what my mom used to tell me, because I thought this would be a very interesting topic to hit, because my mom always told me when I was younger, she was like, my mama is Cherokee, Anayawiya. She always said this. She always said that her uncle was Geechee. And when you deal with the Geechee tribe or whatever, you're dealing with more like the Carolinas, Florida area, coastal Georgia, and so on. She always said this. And of course, I'm young. This is my mom. So I'm listening to her. So I had no reason to doubt her or anything of that nature. So I always heard this coming up. So if your grandma said you was Indian, again, did you really understand what she was saying to you? Okay. Now, my mom's side, her mom is from Jackson, Mississippi. All right, Jackson, Mississippi. My dad's side is about 100 miles north of Jackson, Mississippi. All right, so in this video, I'm going to be going into like the Mississippi territory, going into the Aboriginal counties, and so on. So again, my grandmother on my mother's side is from the Jackson, Mississippi territory. And my dad side of the family is from, well, maybe about like 100 miles north of Jackson, Mississippi, okay? All right, I always remembered, growing up in these territories, the Tennessee territory, Mississippi territories, because they like this. Anybody that's from Memphis, or Memphis, so to speak, which is Arkansas, is all connected. It's like a tri-state area, what they call it. So it's like we in and out of each other's territories all day, every day, all day, every day. All right. So my whole point is we got roots all in this area. All right. I got a question for you all, and I want y'all to think about this. All right. Think about this. We've always been called plenty misnomers: Black, Negro, colored, Indian. They call us African Americans now. But I've done some small research, just simple research. If you know how to connect the dots, you'll see that we are the true natives. Just simple research, right? So I did a little research on what is the highest population, well, what state has the highest population of Blacks in the quote unquote US, all right? Some people will say, well, it's DC, but if you look into DC, DC is a federal area, all right? So it's not really considered, quote unquote, a state, all right? So as I did a little more research, I came into Mississippi. Mississippi has the highest population of, quote unquote, Black people. Now, why am I saying this? I'm saying this because if it has the highest population of, quote unquote, Black people, which are really Moors, this means that we predate what they claim regarding slavery and how the natives were walked out to the so-called Oklahoma territory, all right? And that's just real, that's just how it goes. So what I'll do today is I'm going to explain how, of course, we are those natives going from the Mississippi territories, Tennessee territories, you know, these areas, because this is where I'm from. So I'm going to break down this, okay? So secondly, you have Louisiana and Georgia, all right? Louisiana and Georgia have the next highest population of so-called Black people, all right? It's concentrated in the southern regions, all right? Louisiana, and then you have Tennessee, all right? Tennessee territory. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the counties, all right? I'm going to go into the counties. I'm about to read off some of these counties in the Mississippi territory to let you know etymologically what these words mean, where they got them from, and so on, all right? All right, check this out, people. Now, this is simple research, just simple research. I went in to look into the counties of Mississippi because I've always known this. You know, anytime you go anywhere, you'll see how the street names, the county names, and so on have Aboriginal names. So as I did my research, and we're going to do it in alphabetical order, I'm just kind of, you know, scroll through them quickly. All right, the first county in Mississippi alphabetically is Adams County. All right. It was established in 1799. All right, by the etymology is coming from John Adams, of course, all right, which is the second U.S. president. All right. Secondly, we're going to Alcorn County. All right. Third, we have Amite County. Fourth is Atala County. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Atala County. Atala County, which was established in 1833. All right, remember that date, 1833. Is the etymology is based on a fictional Native American from an early 19th century novel by Francois René. Okay, Francois René. Now remember, 1833, but in 1838 is when the Trail of Tears had this thing going on. We're gonna get more into that. All right. Alphabetically speaking, we have Benton County, which is a part of Mississippi. You have Bolivar County, you have Calhoun County, Carroll County. Here where it gets interesting again, you have Chickasaw County. Chickasaw people. Think about it. I made a video where I broke down how I'm from the Chickasaw tribe. And the Chickasaw tribe derives from the Mississippi territories, Tennessee, right across the bridge, Arkansas territory. All right, so this the Chickasaw territory or tribal people. All right. So Chickasaw County was established in 1836, and the etymology is Chickasaw Native Americans. All right, now remember, if Mississippi has the highest population of so-called Blacks, this is only going back maybe 2 or 3 generations. All right, so that means my grandmother, her mother, and maybe her mother was right in the line of all of this. All right, they right in the line of this. All right, next, it gets even more interesting. You have Choctaw County. It comes from Choctaw Native Americans dealing with chocolate people. All right. And it was established in 1833 as well. All right, we're going to scroll down a little bit more. We got Coahoma County. Coahoma, it was established in 1836, 2 years before the Trail of Tears started. All right. Coahoma County, and it derives from Native American word meaning red panther. Okay, red panther. Next, we have Copiah County, which was established in 1823, and it derives from the Native American word meaning calling panther. That's Copiah County, all right? You have DeSoto County, which is just a few miles from quote unquote Memphis territory, DeSoto County, and it was established in 1836 as well. and it comes from Hernando de Soto, the Spanish explorer of the Americas. All right. Now that bridge that connects the Memphis territory to the Arkansas territory is called the Hernando de Soto Bridge. All right. All right. Forest County. It was established in 1906, and it derived from Nathan B. Forrest. All right. So can you see how the colonizers came in and placed their names on the territory? They placed their names on the territory because name denotes property and possession. Okay. All right. You have Franklin County. It derives from Benjamin Franklin. You have Grenada County. Now, Grenada is interesting. We pronounce it Grenada, but some pronounce it Granada. Okay. So, of course, it comes from the Spanish province of Granada. All right. And it was formed or established in 1870. I'm going to scroll down a little more and check this out. You have Issaquena County. It was established in 1844, and it's a Native American word for Deer River. Okay, Deer River. Next, you have Itawamba County, established in 1836. Again, 2 years before the Trail of Tears really got started. And Itawamba, it means Chickasaw chief. All right, so this is the territory and areas that the Chickasaw thrive. The Mississippi Territory, Memphis Territory, and you got like the border of Arkansas. Now we got the Mississippi River that breaks, well, that divides Tennessee, so to speak, from Arkansas. All right, so you had tribes across the water where we would fight, and so on and so on. You have Jackson County, which comes from Andrew Jackson. You have Jasper County. You have Jefferson County, that comes from the third U.S. president, which is Thomas Jefferson. You have Jefferson Davis County. You have Lafayette County, which comes from Marquis de Lafayette, which was a French-born Revolutionary War general. So again, people, the colonists, they weren't joking around when they colonized, because once they colonized, when we abandoned our lands and they colonized it, they claimed it and stamped their names on the territory because we abandoned it. All right. We abandoned it. Again, you got Lamar County, Lauderdale County, Lawrence County, Lee County, LaFleur County. You have Lincoln County, which comes after Abraham Lincoln. You have Madison County, Marion County, Marshall County, Monroe County, which comes from James Monroe. You have Nehoshaba, which is a county that was established in 1833, and it's a Native American word meaning gray wolf, okay? Because there's a lot of that around, this area or whatever. Tennessee, Mississippi, Arkansas. It's a lot of woods, forests, things of that nature. Right? You have Newton County. Also, you have Noxubee County, which was established in 1833. And it's a Native American word that means stinking water. Stinking water. Okay. Next, you got Oktibbeha County. All right. It is a Native American word for bloody water. Oktibbeha County. It means bloody water. All right. Next, you have Panola County. It was established in 1836. If you notice, all of the counties with the Native American names, they was established around the same point of time. All right. Panola County, which was established in 1836. All right. 1836. Doesn't it sound familiar? Think about the treaty, the superseding of the peace treaty. It's a Native American word for cotton. Okay. Panola. Now let me go into this. Panola County, it has a town called Batesville, all right? And this is where a lot of the cotton thrives, but it's not the cotton capital. So I'll go into the cotton capital once we get closer to it. You have Pearl River County, Perry County, Pike County, Pontotoc County, which was established in 1836 again. It's a Native American word for land of hanging grapes. Land of hanging grapes. Then we have Prentiss County, Quitman County, Rankin County, Scott County. Again, I'm going in alphabetical order. We have Smith County, Stone County, Sunflower County, Tallahatchie County, Tallahatchie County, Tala, sort of like Tallahassee, Florida. Tala, you got Allah in it, just like Tallahatchie County. You have Tate County, Tipper County. Again, 1836 it was established. It's a Native American word for cut off. So I don't know if they mean cut off someone's head or cut off the relationship. I don't know, but that's what it means, cut off. All right. You have Tishomingo County. Again, it was established in 1836, and it's from Chief Tishomingo, which was a Chickasaw leader. All right, was a Chickasaw leader. You have Tunica County. Tunica County. Now check this out, people. Tunica County was established in 1836. All right, and it's the Native American. That's a tribe. Now, if you ever notice that the quote unquote Indians, especially out west, they have a big deal in casinos. Now, how familiar are you with the casinos and the quote unquote Indians? All right, but check this out. In Tunica County, this is where all of the casinos are. Okay, this is where all of the casinos are. All right, now check this out. We have Union County, Wattle County, Warren County, Washington County. We have Yallabusha County. Yallabusha was established in 1833, and it's a Native American word for tadpole place, land of the frogs. Okay, it's a lot of frogs around this area. All right, Memphis, Mississippi, Arkansas, it's frogs everywhere because we got a lot of lakes, ponds, rivers, things of that nature. All right, and last but not least, you have Yazoo County. All right, Yazoo County, it was established in 1823. And it's the Yazoo Native Americans, just like the Tunica Native Americans, the Chickasaw Native Americans, and so on. All right. Now, since I'm done with that, let's think about the Trail of Tears. The Trail of Tears, people. Let's think about it. All right. The Trail of Tears in 1838 and 1839, as part of Andrew Jackson's Indian removal policy, the Cherokee Nation was forced to give up his lands east of the Mississippi River. Now, east of the Mississippi River, you have Tennessee, you have Mississippi, you have Alabama, you have Georgia, you have Louisiana. All right. Forced to give up his lands east of the Mississippi River and to migrate to an area in present-day Oklahoma. All right. In 1830, Congress, urged on by President Jackson, passed the Indian Removal Act. Now remember, Indian is a misnomer. It's a misnomer. Jackson passed the Indian Removal Act, which gave the federal government the power to relocate any Native American in the east to the territory that was west of the Mississippi River. All right. So my point is this. If Mississippi, the reason I'm focused on Mississippi because that's where my immediate people are from, Mississippi. The reason I'm focused on Mississippi because Mississippi has the highest population of so-called Black people. So when they say, well, you're not the natives, okay, well, who are we then? All right, who are we then? All right, if you look it up, you'll see for yourself. Mississippi has the highest population of so-called Black people. Then you'll see Georgia, Louisiana, Alabama, Tennessee, so on and so on. All right. So my point is, when you go back a few generations, anywhere from 2 to 3 generations, our people, a lot of the people that's up north now, what they call up north, Michigan, Illinois, Connecticut, any place that's north of where we're located. Those people were from this area. A lot of those people fled up north. A lot of those people fled up north. Okay, so when you go back again 2 to 3 generations, you'll see that we are those that they called Indians, even though it's a misnomer. We are the natives. All right, we are the natives. Now, what I'm going to go into next is Article 1, Section 2. All right, Article 1, Section 2 of the United States Constitution. Y'all see that? It says the United States Constitution and the Tennessee Constitution. I'm going to go into Article 1, Section 2. The reason I want to go into Article 1, Section 2 is because I'm going to read it. Listen. It says, representatives and direct taxes shall be apportioned among the several states which may be included within this union, according to their respective numbers, which shall be determined by adding to the whole number of free persons, including those bound to service for a term of years and excluding Indians not taxed, 3/5 of all other persons. All right. Now, this is where it gets not only complicated, but it gets confusing, because if you don't know what grandma was talking about, then you wouldn't perceive this as being you, even though it's not you because it's a misnomer, but you got to understand what they've done. Okay, but again, because this is not India, all right, this is North America. All right, we're going to go into Article 1, Section 8. Article 1, Section 8. This is about what the Congress has power to do, especially regarding taxes. The Congress shall have power to lay and collect taxes, duties, imposts, and excises, to pay the debts and provide for the common defense and general welfare of the United States. But all duties, imposts, and excise shall be uniform throughout the United States. To borrow money on the credit of the United States, to regulate commerce with foreign nations and among the several states and with the Indian tribes. Again, it goes back to the tribes. You got Chickasaw, you got Cherokee, you got Seminole, basically in the Florida territory, what they call the 5 civilized tribes. All right. To establish an uniform rule of naturalization and uniform laws on the subject of bankruptcies throughout the United States. To coin money, regulate the value thereof and of foreign coin, and fix the standard of weights and measure. So the point is, people, you didn't hear anything about the IRS in here, okay? Because only the Congress can lay and collect taxes, okay? Not the IRS. Again, we've abandoned our nationality, all right? We've abandoned our lands, and the European colonizers have come through and used the form of as cheating, okay? And they're claiming the lands and they're putting their names, they switch places with us, all right? This is why you have the so-called $5 Indian as well. This is when you have mainly the European males that wants the benefit of the quote unquote natives. So they paid the 5 notes, or what they call $5, to be on the Dawes roll, all right? So they can reap the benefits of the land, the resources, and so on, all right? What we're gonna go into next, people, all right, y'all better start listening to y'all grandma. Now, I know these grandmas out here now, like 25 years old, so don't listen to those grandmas. Listen to the real grandmas, all right? It's like in the 60s and 70s, you know. I know when I was coming up, when I was a teenager, my grandma was like maybe 60, you know. So I'm talking about the real grandmas. All right, check this out. We're about to go into Article 3 of the Zodiac Constitution. Article 3 of the Zodiac Constitution. It's entitled Tax and Military Exemption for Moorish Americans, the Bays and Ales. The Moors, referred to as Negroes, definitely can never become members and citizens of the Union Society of the 48 states. Therefore, they cannot be forced or drafted into the Union, USA, Army, or military service to fight for the Magna Carta Code of the white supremacy against themselves. The lawmakers of the 48 state Union order cannot force the Moors, the Bays, and Ales to pay taxes because taxation without representation is a supreme violation of the Moorish zodiac constitution, birthrights of Islam. When the Union lawmakers denounce their immoral Magna Carta Code and resort to the Moorish zodiac constitution, the Moors are compelled to pay taxes because everyone of the nation will be equally represented by it. There is no room in the science of masonry, the zodiac for mystic God, religious worship, race, color, ignorance, war, crime, slavery, and human injustice. All right. So I'm not telling you to go out here and, do something silly. You got to really be studied up to know how to enforce the non-obligated tax situation, however that go. All right. Now, what I'll go into next is and I appreciate y'all coming in and checking me out too. I appreciate that. Next is we're gonna go into the AA 222141, all right, which CM Bey registered and copyrighted at the Library of Congress. All right. The reason he did all this to help us preserve not only our nationality, but any other birthrights we have. And again, people, this is not for people that's trying to get out of something. All right. If you're trying to get out of something, you'll be screwing yourself. I can tell you it right now, because you won't be operating from that heart chakra or that higher self. All right. So take it from me. Don't try any of this if you're not adept or an expert. All right. Introduction. The rights, immunities, and protections of any people of a nation in relationship with each other or with other nations is in their nationality, birthrights, natural sovereignty. In their written constitution, if any man or woman claims to be a leader or representative of any body of people, nation, then the national sovereignty of that particular people will always be the basis from which all political, economic, and social interchange or speech is based on their behalf. If this is not the case, someone is operating fraudulently and with unclean hands. A thief is in the house. Protect your sovereignty. Any public or private matters which affect the welfare of the people, Moorish Americans, should always be referred to and measured by the sovereign law of the land, the Constitution, and treaties in force. This is the people's law. Any other law is fraud. The Constitution and treaties in force are basis for federal laws. These tools are the standards for national and international relations and interchange. A major part of the civic booklet focuses on CM Bey's copyright certificate number, AA 222141, which is registered in Washington, District of Columbia, Library of Congress, Copyright Office. It has been prepared for Moors, study class, and those who desire to protect the Moorish nation from unlawful abuses. Trusting to assist the Moorish nation, this booklet, one of the series, is presented with love and sincere determination for the good. Since truth needs no apology, fear not. The Moors must study and learn to operate in their sovereign capacity. All right. All right, here you go, people. Here you go. See that? All right, I'm about to go in on it. All right, about to go in on it. It says the Code of the Laws of the United States of America of a general and permanent character enforced January 3rd, 1935, consolidated, codified, set forth, and published in 1935, in the 159th year of the Republic. Charles Moseley Bey, PhD, LLD, a third, 33rd, 360-degree Master Mason, Free Moorish Master Astrologer, and Moorish Constitution Lawgiver, has copyright certificates registered in the United States Department of Justice under Truth A1, Library of Congress Copyright Office, which reveal at law the conditions of intercourse between the indigenous Moors and the occupational European nations, with whom the Moors have treaties. This affirms the pre-existing status of the Moors in all matters of interchange, commerce, and law with European side of the nation. The specific copyright certificate of note, Clock of Destiny, Moorish American Nationality Card of identification with the Zodiac Constitution has registration number AA 222141, Class A. This number refers to the codes of the laws of the United States of America of a general and permanent character and force January 3rd, 1935. Title 22, Chapter 2, Section 141. Title 22, Foreign Relations and Intercourse, page 954. Chapter 2, Consular Courts, Section 141, Judicial Authority generally, to carry into full effect the provisions of the treaties of the United States with certain foreign counties. All right. Title 22. All right. About to go in a little more. Title 22. Foreign Relations and Intercourse, page 954. Chapter 2, Consular Courts, Section 144, Judicial Authority generally, to carry into full effect the provisions of the treaties of the United States with certain foreign countries, the ministers and consuls of the United States in China, Siam, Turkey, Morocco, Muscat, Abyssinia, Persia, and the territories formerly a part of the former Ottoman Empire, including Egypt, duly appointed to reside therein, shall, in addition to other powers and duties imposed upon them, respectively, by the provisions of such treaties, respectively, be invested with judicial authority described in this chapter, which shall appertain to the office of minister and consul, and be a part of the duties belonging thereto, wherein as so far as the same is allowed by treaty and in accordance with the usages of the countries in their intercourse with the Franks or other foreign Christian nations. All right. So basically, people, you got to know law. Again, like I always go in, you got to know law. You got to understand your birthright. You got to understand nationality. All right. So it's a lot of newbies out here. You got to understand this. You really got to get it. Now, I want to go into international law. All right. I'm going to go into international law, and I'm going to go into the rights of indigenous people. And it's going to be part 6, Article 26, rights of indigenous people. All right, going into the rights of indigenous people. Make sure y'all go cop this, rvbaypublications.com. All right. Part 6, Article 26. Indigenous peoples have the right to own, develop, control, and use the lands and territories, including the total environment of the lands, air, waters, coastal, sea ice, flora, and fauna, and other resources which they have traditionally owned or otherwise occupied or used. Theirs includes the right to the full recognition of their laws, traditions, and customs, land tenure systems, and institutions for the development and management of resources, and the right to effective measure by states to prevent any interference. Those are the union states they're speaking of. Interference with alienation of or encroachment upon these rights. Article 27. Indigenous people have the right to the restitution of their lands, territories, and resources which they have traditionally owned or otherwise occupied or used. Now, if we have those rights, people, that means we have to claim it. We have to claim it. You got to think about what the Europeans done. We've abandoned our birthrights. We abandoned the territories. We abandoned the resources. All right. And all the European, really, honestly, you cannot knock the European for what he or she has done. I'm going to tell you why. If I abandon my couch and I put it on the curb, it's there for anyone to take it. All right. Anyone can take it. So we abandoned it. So they claimed it and they stamped their name on it. All right. They stamped their name on it. Indigenous people have the right to the restitution of their lands, territories, and resources, which they have traditionally owned or otherwise occupied or used, and which have been confiscated, occupied, used, or damaged without their free and informed consent. Where this is not possible, they have the right to just and fair compensation. Unless otherwise freely agreed upon by the peoples concerned, compensation shall take the form of lands, territories, and resources equal in quality, size, and legal status. All right, that goes into Amendment 9 of the American Constitution as well, dealing with just compensation. All right, you know how you're on the side of the road and they want to take your automobile, they want to steal your automobile, Okay, if they're stealing your automobile, they're supposed to compensate you for what they've taken. But of course, they're not going to compensate you because you don't know who the hell you are. All right? You're still walking around calling yourself black and Negro and living like a nigga. All right. If you live like a nigga, you will be treated like a nigga. All right. That's real. All right. Now we're going to go into the 8th grade final exam. All right. This is the response to history question number 2. It says, give an account of the discovery of America by Columbus. They sailed from Pylos on August 3rd, 1492, and headed into unknown waters. It was not long before the crews wanted to turn back, threatening mutiny as all kinds of fears and superstitions troubled them. The courage and determination of Columbus was equal to every occasion, holding the crews to their work. Early on the morning of October 12, 1492, they sighted one of the Bahama Islands. They had found a new world. Columbus thought he had found a part of India, and so he called the natives there Indians. All right, let me repeat that for y'all that's hard of hearing. Early on the morning of October 12, 1492, they sighted one of the Bahama Islands. Now remember, the Bahamas is in the Americas, all right, Americana, all right. They had found a new world. Columbus thought he had found a part of India, and so he called the natives there Indians. They have been called Indians ever since. All right. If we've been called Indians ever since, why? I just explained why. But we know they are not. They are the Native Americans. We celebrate October 12th as a school holiday, which is Columbus Day. This is what they celebrate. All right. Now you got to think about the Bahamas. I believe the Bahamas is maybe, it's not that far from the Miami territory. I don't even think it's 100 miles. I may be mistaken, but it's not that far. It's off in the water or whatever. All right. So the last thing I'll be showing today, people, regarding indigenous status, as I was doing a little research and going through my paperwork, because I'm very thorough. I don't throw away anything. I keep all, records. I keep everything. All right, so what I'll go into next is this. Receipts. All right, this is the first receipt I'm going to go into. You see where it says suspended? All right, you see where it says suspended? All right. All right, the reason I'm going to go into this receipt is because you got to look real closely. I'm going to put it up to the camera so y'all can see this. All right. As you look in the highlighted, look in the highlight. Okay. Look in the highlight. You see it says guest Mario, right? All right, you see that? All right, check this out. As a matter of fact, I was in the Mississippi territory when I went here. So I wasn't even in my own territory. I was in the Mississippi territory. Now, we were going on a little vacation, going to the beach. So there's a few things that I purchased. All right. Now, as you look, you'll see that the subtotal is $113.95, and right here it says the tax, which is $7.97. So the total was, I think it's one. I'm reading it backwards, so just bear with me. The total says $121.89. Now just remember this. You might have to pause this video so you can look at it. All right, now check this out. The reason it says suspended is because what she did is this cashier right here, after I showed her my national ID and I told her about my status, I told her about my status, she went back and suspended this receipt and she didn't charge me the tax. All right, so now remember this. Now watch this. I'm about to show you how this works. I'm about to show you. Now look at that real close. All right, $113.95. The tax was $7.97. The total was $121.89. All right, now they went and got the manager, which was this. Okay, they went and got another. They got a sister. As you see, the guest says Mario Bey. All right, it doesn't say a corporation at all. It has the same detailed stuff that's on here. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to go into the price. Look at the price, you guys. The subtotal says $105.95, and now she says discount $7.97. Right? Discount $7.97. Now the total for some reason is $113.37. All right. I hope this didn't confuse y'all. So look at that real close. Now, as you look again, the guest is Moreno Bey. It doesn't say Walgreens, it doesn't say Walmart, McDonald's, anything like that, right? And they changed cashiers because the manager came and dealt with me. The other young lady didn't know what she was doing. All right. So I stand on mine. That's my point. All right. I stand on mine. I've always stood on mine. And I'm going to continue to stand on mine. All right. So I hope y'all got something out of this today. You know, I just wanted to slip this one in so y'all can check it out and understand that what Grandma was talking about way back, saying that we were Indians, she was right to a certain degree, even though that's a misnomer. You know, we are the natives. All right. We are the natives. So people, I want y'all to stay studied up, stay filled with love, be prepared at all times, mentally, physically, spiritually, and so on. And just know that you have a birthright that can be enforced, and you got to live it. You got to really live the life of a Moorish American, not that play stuff. You got to really live it. And all these people that's trying to get you off your ball game, get you out of your lane, off your path, ignore them. Ignore them. I'm telling you, ignore those people. Stop giving them energy. Live your life as a Moorish American. How much proof I gotta give to y'all? You know, it should be, honestly, it should be a hell of a lot more Moors that's breaking it down and showing proof. You know, it should be a hell of a lot more. You know, we should be seeing Moors everywhere that's saying, hey, look at this, you know, look at this, you know, and I'm gonna give y'all some more pointers. Stop letting these people know where you live, okay? Do not enforce law if these people know where you lay your head, okay? That's a trick. That, like, you don't know where the judge live. You don't know where the sheriff live. You don't know where the police that come to your door live. So they don't need to know where you live. Understand, trust law, people. All right? Understand, trust law. Please understand, trust law. Understand, trust law, because that's gonna help you. I mean, you got to get it. You know, you really got to get it. All right. Thank y'all for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope y'all got something out of it. You know, I try to stay as humble as possible, you know, with this information. And, you know, lately I just been kind of low key, just chilling, you know, doing my thing, you know, in the background. But I'm about to drop that documentary too. It's probably sometime this week I'll be dropping it. So hopefully y'all check that out. It's just going into how I became motivated and how I became the man I am today, because I had a pretty rough life. It was pretty hard. All right. And the documentary is very interesting. And it'll be dropping sometime this week. So y'all stay tuned, because I will be letting you know exactly when, but just stay tuned. All right. Peace and love, peace and blessings. I love y'all. All right. Peace.